my little yarnivores, Fiber Spider, back again with another tutorial for you. And today I'm going to show you a twofer. And this is a variation of the Boomerang Shawl. And I did two different versions with a very slight variation that creates very dramatically different results. And so with this one, I call this the Slender version because with both of them, you start off with the tip, and this one, it's a very gradual increasing as far as the width. So it is, as I say, it is slender. And then this one, it grows at a much more rapid pace. So this one I call the Stout Boomerang Shawl. Okay, so I'm going to show you both versions in this tutorial so that you can decide which one would work better for you. Personally, I like them both because the shape I find is a little different, just like me. So without further ado, we are going to start with the Stout first. Yes, we're going to start with the Stout, and then we're going to do the Slender. Okay, so we're going to lose weight, so to speak. Stout to Slender. All right, back in a flash. Alrighty, so the Stout one I did in the pistachio colorway of Karen Cakes. Yes, you know I love that yarn. No, I'm not sponsored, but I love the yarn. So I'm also using a size I crochet hook, and we're going to jump right in. So we're going to start with our slip stitch, and we're going to start with a chaining up of 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to do a double crochet into that first chain right down in there, like so. And then we're going to do another double crochet into that same chain. So we have, in essence, 3 double crochets. All right. And then, and this is so easy, you guys are going to love it. So we're going to chain up 2, 1, 2, then we turn our work, and we are going to do 3 double crochets into this first space, right into here. So it's 1, 2, and 3. Now keep in mind that this chain 2 and every chain 2 that we're going to be doing, disregard. Do not count those as stitches. Okay, it's just to elevate us up to the next row. So then these 2 remaining stitches we need to crochet together with double crochets. So we're going to start by doing an incomplete double right there, and then we have to get into the 3rd chain for our next double. This is the trickiest part of like the entire project right there. All right, and so we're going to finish by double crocheting these 2 together, like so. All right, so then for the next row, we chain up 2, turn the work, and then, so let me just spread this out a little bit. So you can see we have our cluster right there, cluster of 3. And then we have a regular one right there. So we chained up 2, and we do a double crochet into this stitch right here. Easy peasy. And then, so we have 3 double crochets, right? So we're going to do a double crochet into the first 2 as normal. Okay, then into the 3rd one, we're going to do 3 double crochets. Again, this chain 2 on the side here, just ignore it. So into this one right here, we're going to do 3 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, and 3. So simple. And that's, I mean, that is essentially it. I know it sounds silly, but yeah, that is essentially it. It's the same repeat over and over and over, just 2 rows, a 2-row repeat over and over and over. And I'm going to do a couple more repeats just so that you get the hang of it. All right, so we just did our 3 into the same stitch. So to go up to the next row, we chain up 2, 1, 2, turn the work, and into this first stitch right there, we do 3 double crochets. So it's 1, 2, and 3. And then we are going to do regular double crochets across until we reach the last 2 right here, and we're going to double crochet those 2 together. Again, disregard that chain 2 on the side. So we're just going to do double crochet, and another double crochet, and another double crochet. And then, so these last 2, we're going to double crochet together. So that's partially done. And then another one, and then double crochet them together. So you can see that it's starting to create a bit of a curvature, and it will become more and more pronounced as you go along. So then we do our next row by chaining up 2, turning the work, and immediately doing a double crochet into this space right down into here. And then we're going to work our way all the way across until the last double crochet right there, and we're going to do 3 into that double crochet. Just work our way across. All right, get some more yarn here. And we have reached the last double crochet, again disregarding this chain 2 on the side, and into this one we're going to do 3 double crochets. All right, and then we chain up 2, we turn the work, and into that first one we do 3 double crochets. That's 1 and 2 and 3. And then we're going to work our way all the way across until we reach the last 2, and we're going to double crochet those 2 together. So simple. And the Stout piece, the Stout Boomerang Shawl that I showed just before, that I did in one day. And it's not as big as I would like, but yes, I did all of that in one day. All right, so we've got these 2 which we're going to double crochet together. Yes, that piece I'm going to add on to it actually. That was 1 skein. Oops. See? Here I am chit-chatting away and I made a little mistake. No problem. So we double crochet these 2 together. Yeah, I used 1 skein and it's not the size that I want, so I'm going to use another skein to make it a bit bigger. Okay. And that's really all it is. this is the Stout version right now. And, you just chain up 2, you turn the work, and you start by doing a double crochet right into here. You just work your way across. It's really that easy. And of course, the measurements, it's totally up to you. I would say just keep going until you feel that it is long enough. So there's no exact size by any means. It's a matter of personal preference. Personally, I would say have the 2 tips of the shawl go fingertip to fingertip when your arms are outstretched. That's my basic rule of thumb. And so we've reached the final stitch. And so you do 3 double crochets into that final stitch. Easy as that. And that's my general rule of thumb for most shawls. If the 2 tips, see, this would be 1 tip, and then this would be the other tip. And then this point would be the one that would be, heading downwards, covering your back. So this basic triangle shape, this is how it would be draped. And then as far as how far down you want it to go, I would say close to the waistline. If not, going below it, close to the waistline. That's my personal belief. Take it for what you will. And so there you are. So this is the Stout version. Now the Slender version, it's just one slight variation, but I'm going to go into it because I want to be thorough and I want to make sure that you guys really, really understand. All right, so I will be right back. Okay, so now on to the Slender version. Again, I'm using a size I hook and I'm using some worsted weight yarn. Now, the Caron cake that I used for the Slender version, honestly, I don't recall the name of the colorway. I want to say it was like Blueberry Cobbler or something like that. I'm sorry, I do not know. I've looked online and I can't find the colorway. But at any rate, let's progress. This is just some Red Heart Super Saver that I had lying around. Sort of my go-to. And of course, you can change colors, and you can create stripes, and you can do whatever you want. I love the Caron cakes for a lot of my shawls. So again, we're going to start by doing our slip stitch and chaining up a 4. It's worked almost the same. There's just a slight difference. So we chained up 4, and then we do 2 double crochets into that first chain. Sound familiar? All right, and then we're going to chain up 2, turn the work, and we're going to do 3 double crochets into that first stitch. Again, sound familiar? All right, so we've got our 3 into that first stitch right there. And then again, we're going to do a decrease with these 2 remaining stitches with double crochets. So we've got a partial double, and then we have to get into that top chain once again. I will get there. Haha. Again, like I said, this is the hardest part. Seems silly, but it's true. All right. And so we're going to finish our decrease like so. Okay, now here is where the difference actually starts. So we chain up 2, turn the work. Now, with the Stout version, we would do, excuse me, with the Stout version, we would do a stitch right into here, if you remember. Not so with the Slender version. With the Slender version, we're just going to skip this first one, and we're going to go into the next one. like so. And we're going to do another double. And then because this is our cluster of 3 right down in there, that last one we're going to do 3 double crochets into that last stitch, like so. And then we doing a chaining up of 2, turn the work, and into that first stitch we do 3 double crochets. That's 1, 2, and 3. And then, so this was our chaining up of 2, and those are going to be the 2 double crochets that we are going to do a double crochet together. So we've got this one, and then we've got this one right here, and then we double crochet them together. All right, and then we chain 2, turn the work, and because this was the decrease right down in here, we're going to skip this one. We're just going to go into the next one with our double crochet, and then we're going to double crochet our way across until we reach the last stitch and do 3 double crochets into that last stitch, which is right there, because we're always disregarding that chain 2. That's 1 and 2 and 3. So it may not look like a significant difference right now, but when you get going, oh my, you can see how it is. I mean, like on the intro of the video, yes, you can see that there's a very dramatic difference. And it's just that one stitch difference makes all the difference as far as how this grows, because we are doing our regular increases on this side for every row. On this side, we're doing 2 decreases. It's a decrease every row, because down here we have double crocheting 2 together, and then up here we're skipping that first one. So it's a decrease, so you have a decrease that is counteracting the increase on this side. Now with the Stout version, it is a decrease every other row, so it becomes more stout because you don't have to keep counteracting the decreases every row. I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to do maybe 2 more rows for you. So we're going to do chain 2, and then because this was the cluster of 3, we do 3 double crochets into that first stitch, like so, and then we're going to work our way across until we hit the last 2 double crochets. All right, so we've got our last 2 right there, so we're going to double crochet them together. And between these 2 shawls, it really is an exercise in playing with exponential growth and shape and fiddling around. I mean, it's a lot of fun. So that's what drew me to this. So we just did our decrease, and now chaining up of 2, we're going to skip that first double crochet together space right there, and we're going to go into the next one with our double crochet until we reach the last stitch, and do 3 double crochets into the last stitch. And that's really all there is to it for the Slender version of the Boomerang Shawl. Two and 3. And there you go. Okie dokie. So to recap, now between the 2 swatches that I just did, they were both 7 rows each. And if you quite simply just line them up, sandwich them together, you can see that the Stout version has a bit more growth. Now, of course, as you keep going, that becomes much more significant as you keep going. And the Slender version, well, hey, it'll get there, but, it creates a very dramatic tail-like effect, which is great if you want to flop it over your shoulder or, be dramatic. In this one, I love the shape. It's a bit more robust, but between the two, I absolutely love them. So listen, you guys, if you like this video, please hit the like button. I so appreciate hearing from you guys, your comments, your questions, your kibitzing. I love it all. And if you want to see more, please hit the subscribe button because I try to post videos as often as I can because I love this so much and I love you guys. And so listen, until the next video, stay inspired, stay caffeinated, and above all, stay stitching. I love you guys and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.